I got a comment the other day asking, what keeps you motivated to create videos? Okay, I might be lying, I didn't actually get this comment, but let's pretend I did. I've been wondering about the question myself. Why do I make videos? What is the inspiration and motivation behind it? The short answer is, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy the process of thinking of an idea and putting it together in the form of a video. I find there's great satisfaction when bringing something creative to completion. Also, the fact that I'm spending my time creating a tangible thing I can look back upon rather than just completely throwing my time away makes me feel very productive, even though it might not be. I've always had a feeling when relaxing, when watching movies, shows, YouTube, or even playing games, that I should be doing something productive rather than what I'm doing. Making videos has really alleviated that feeling. It provides a sense of productivity and growth. I feel like I am slowly improving. I feel like there's progress in my knowledge and ability. Not only this, but I feel like less of a dumbass. There are times in the day where my brain seems to be turned off. I have to think when making videos. It's difficult, maybe even impossible, not to. Okay, look, I'd be lying if I said it was all exciting and fun, as there are tedious and quite frustrating moments when things don't quite work the way they should. But I find it's well worth the struggle. When I do feel a lack of motivation, I think of other reasons why I do this, besides having fun, feeling productive, and not being a dumbass. I really enjoy sharing what I make with the people around me. I get to show my in-real-life friends what I've been up to, and potentially get feedback and new ideas, which provides a nice social aspect to the hobby, which I enjoy. The idea or dream of potentially doing my hobby as a job and working in the film industry also provides motivation for me to keep practicing and improving my filmmaking skills. My inspiration, on the other hand, comes from other sources. As a child, I spent countless hours watching YouTube, and I really have an affinity for it. It was easily my most used entertainment platform and how I spent most of my free time when I was younger. Even now, I spend an ungodly amount of time watching YouTube. But as I've gotten older, my interests have shifted, and I've been finding it progressively harder to find genuine, authentic creators that I feel attached to. That being said, there are a few creators who make incredible videos and films that are a part of the inspiration for mine. It feels wrong to name drop these personally inspirational people, so I'm refraining from doing so in this video. Another inspiration of mine, and I've somewhat touched on it already, is my friends. I see them constantly doing cool, interesting things, and it pushes me to do the same. I want to have things to share, creative things that I'm proud of making. Without my friends, I wouldn't even be trying. My greatest source of inspiration and motivation comes from the potential of the future. There's so many different outcomes and possibilities that it's not only overwhelmingly exciting, but also quite scary. This excitement for the future is what drives me, what causes me to create and have fun doing so. I'm genuinely excited to look back on what I made in a year or two. I'm excited to see my progress and how much I've improved and changed. There are times when I don't feel inspired and motivated. There are times I potato out and waste entire days fruitlessly staring at screens. There are times no progress is made, and sometimes I don't want to do anything. Days like these pass, and better days are to come. It takes effort to get past them, and they always come back, but there is no light without darkness. There are no productive days without the occasional off day. It's an inescapable part of the creative process. I don't like days like this. Days when I'm not motivated or inspired. I always take it pretty hard as I have a pressure on myself to be productive. Even though I know in the back of my mind that it will soon pass, it just irks me. And I wish it didn't, but it does. Being uninspired and unmotivated definitely sucks, but I need to stop thinking of ways to avoid it happening, as it is inevitable. I need to accept that some days just aren't as productive as others, and I can't force myself to be creative when I don't want to be. Even now that I've laid it out logically so I can wrap my head around it, I still find it quite hard to accept. Sometimes I wish things could be different. Why does this happen to me? Why do I lose motivation and inspiration? We live in the age of information, where everything and anything is fighting for your attention. I pray you're not easily distracted, or you are screwed. I think being distracted and always occupied is an absolutely diabolical influence on my productivity. I don't often have moments where I'm bored anymore. I pull up TikTok or put on a YouTube video the second I lose focus. It's almost an instinct, like my brain doesn't want peace. It craves stimulation. This is definitely one of the factors actively killing my inspiration. Being bored is when you think of new ideas. I'm not saying you can't get inspired or get new ideas from TikTok and YouTube, but for me, a majority of the time I spend on these apps, I am absolutely running on autopilot. I'm not consciously choosing what I'm watching. I may as well be unconscious. Filling up every boring moment with short form content is what's causing brain rot, and I feel like I'm addicted, presumably like many others. My motivation seems to fade when I want to be doing something else. I don't know why I need to water all my crops and take care of all my animals in Stardew Valley right now, but I do. I have to. Making the video can wait. This is an urgent priority. I can't continue without doing this. My crops need to be watered. I don't know why I get like this. Maybe I'm easily distracted. Maybe I'm the one that's screwed. With most hobbies I have and do for a long time, I get to a point where I ask myself, what's the point at all? And I quit. Only to pick it back up in a week once I've rationalized why I'm doing it in the first place and have had a decent break. I've probably given up going to the gym and working out like 25 times, but I always come back to it because not only do I enjoy it, but because it's healthy. Being unmotivated and lazy and tired and having the desire to sit back and relax is an easy mindset to fall into, one that I seem to fall victim to too much. I really do need to fight back against the eepiness more often. My greatest source of uninspiration and unmotivation comes from the potential of the future. There's so many different outcomes and possibilities that it is overwhelmingly scary, but also quite exciting. This fear of the future is what holds me back, what causes me to procrastinate and lose productivity. I'm genuinely afraid to look back on what I've made in a year or two and see how little I've done, and see how little progress I've made. It scares me that maybe I'm not putting enough effort in, and maybe it's all for nothing. I have very contrasting outlooks on what's to come. I think generally I am quite positive about the future, but negative thoughts do occasionally creep in. Some days I'm motivated and inspired, others I'm not, and there's nothing wrong with that. Learning to accept it is the hard part. It's okay to not be motivated every second of the day, and it's okay if you're not inspired and can't think of new ideas at that present moment. Motivation and inspiration will come when the time is right. Sure, you can do things to try and motivate and inspire yourself, but some days are just bad days. If you truly enjoy what you're doing and are passionate about getting it done, you will do it. If you really care about something, you will eventually gain motivation and inspiration. Hey! Thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and all that. But yeah, I do appreciate you watching the video. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. See ya.